Good evening. This would be my first video. This is my 110 tall reef tank. It's the first day of the setup. This is the first day of the cycling process. I only have the lights on to kind of show you guys the aquascaping that I ended up doing, and kind of get some opinions and see what people think about it, and if I should change anything, or did I go too high, or just, you know, small things. Also, questions about the sump and setup. I've had a reef tank for a very long time, but I've always had someone servicing, and I always had someone else setting up. And today and last night was the first time I actually did it myself. This tank, it's a new tank, but it was previously set up in Texas. It was a 90-gallon tank. I upgraded from 90 to 110. The reason being I didn't go any higher than that is because I love my tank stand and my tank hood, and I wanted to keep it. And the only way I could get a bigger tank was to go higher, as in from 24 inches to 30 inches. So they gave me 20 more gallons of water and more room ultimately for the fish. But as you know, fish swim left to right, not up and down. But it's still a bigger tank, more water, and I'm able to do a lot more things with it. I didn't want to end up with an arch, but I ended up with an arch anyway. And I was luckily able to find a large piece of shelf coral, which is awesome. I'll take a closer look at everything later. I just wanted some ideas and see what you guys' opinions were about the cycling process. I personally think it's cruel to use fish to do the cycling process. But my rock used to all be live coral. But moving from Texas to California, I couldn't maintain the live rock. I tried to dry it out. It didn't dry out completely, but it's been dry for at least 2.5 weeks now. And now it's back in the water. Water's back in there. I've added about 30 pounds of live rock to kind of get it seated again and get back going. But I just want some couple opinions. There's a couple items that I want to zoom in and show you guys. The water is very cloudy. I literally just set it up last night. It took me until like 3 a.m. So this is a close-up of the actual aquascaping. Nothing is actually sitting completely on the actual bottom. There's a lot of things that say it's probably about, believe it or not, touching and only 8 points this entire setup. As you see, I actually use epoxy, and I use some of the liquid sealing glue on a lot of the different items here, because I didn't want it moving. I wanted it to set up and stay this way. I like how it came out, and I think it's going to end up being awesome. There's a lot of nooks and crannies for fish to go in and out, even at the bottom through all the base. All of my larger pieces are kind of in the middle and some up top, but as you see, the fish have a lot of different areas where they can swim, and there's a lot of placement for or places that I can actually set frags. I mean, this shelf rock here, that's a huge area. I can do a lot with that, and I tried to make the arch at the top as flat as possible for as many coral placements as possible. Even on the sides, I can put a lot of different things. I kept the back and the sides open completely. I actually love to see the fish swim. I hate when they go into hide and you can't see them at all. So everything is open from front to back. The tank is actually, everything is centered, and there's a lot of open space. This is the sump area. I don't have the light yet. I've ordered it, but I'm just using live rock in the refugium area. I have to find a better way to make this elbow area stand straight up. It's first time I ever plumbed the tank. Thank God. The place down here in San Pedro at Home Depot, they came out with this actual bendable PVC, and that's what you see that's connected to the return pump there, and it goes up here to the tank. And I don't know what I would have did without it. I've never plumbed or used PVC or anything, and I stood there looking crazy for I don't know how long, until somebody actually came along and they started, you know, questioning what I was trying to do and how I was going to try to do it. And the guy ended up, he used to plumb reef tanks, and he helped me out. It was a godsend. I mean, I definitely did not know what I was going to do or how I was going to do it. But yeah, this is a basic setup. I'm going to add some microalgae once everything gets cycled, and some probably tiger pods, and be able to feed the fish at the top, grow here. Seed protein skimmer, pump, UV, wave maker. I am going to add a couple other different pieces. Like I said, I will add a light down here as well. But also I was wondering what other people's opinion was. What should I add in my refugium? What should I add down here? Kind of it's the hobby where everybody has an opinion, and I don't necessarily think you know, all opinions are bad opinions or good opinions, but I think you can kind of sort through them all and kind of find a medium, a happy medium. So there was a lot of mental conflict in order to put this together, and not having did it before and always paying someone to do it. So it's my first time. It's not my first time with a reef tank, but I feel like, you know, I'm a new beginner because I've done it all myself, and I'm actually pretty proud of myself. Some of the tubing is a little long, and it touches the sump in a couple of areas, but everything's sealed, nothing's leaking, and yeah. So I'm also debating on if I should get the Apex system or not. I'm not, you know, nitpicky over my tank and looking. If I have a concern, I'll just actually have somebody come out and take a look at it. But I don't know. What are you guys' opinion? Do you think I should do something like that, or should I just do what I've always done and let someone else take care of it? So I wasn't trying to make a very long video. I just, like I said, I'm looking for some opinions on how to cycle my tank, not necessarily faster, but safer, especially since I previously said the corals, the everything that I had was previously in my 90-gallon tank, and I dried it. Not completely, but it is dried. I know a couple of people were saying I have to worry about my phosphates, not ammonia, not nitrite, not nitrates, but my phosphates will be really high because I didn't let the coral completely die out and completely turn white. But I don't know. I think for me, I think it's going to end up being a lot easier with trying to seed the coral with the new pieces to get it back live and the bacteria growing back on it again. So once again, 110 gallon tall tank, just looking for some opinions. My first time posting a video, so let me know what you guys think. No special name, no special whatever, just a reefer that's looking for some opinion and for some ideas from you guys. Thank you.